All right, so we're going to talk about three important stocks to watch this week in the stock market. They are releasing their highly anticipated earnings, which is huge. If they bring in strong numbers, we can see momentum. If they bring in lower than expected numbers in the revenues, we can see a huge sell-off on these stocks. The third stock that we're going to talk about is already in a huge sell-off, so it's going to need to bring in strong numbers, strong revenues for the sentiment to come back into the stock. Welcome back to another video. This is Freddie Investing. Today we're going to break down three important stocks to watch this week. All right, first and foremost, we do have SoFi. SoFi has been crushing it recently. They're trading at $25 per share. They just recently finished a public stock offering worth $1.5 billion. We saw the value of the stock kind of decrease. It was trading at $33 in its all-time high back in October, November. But it's kind of just relatively been roaming around the $25, $26, $27 per range. SoFi has been crushing it in its financial service revenue. It's currently growing exponentially. 2 years ago, it was at $118 million. Now it's at $420 million in the financial service revenue section. As well, we have seen a huge growth in its members counts in its previous 3 months, in its previous quarter. We saw a huge growth of 900,000 members coming into its platform, which is huge. I believe they're at 13 million active members on their platform, really close to breaking the 15 million active members. Let alone, they are growing 34% year over year in its revenue, most recently coming in at $961 million. So that is that chart that we have down here. Like I mentioned, trading at $25 per share. It's up 21% in the past 6 months, but like I mentioned, in this past 2 months, it's kind of just been trading sideways, most notably because of the stock offering. In its previous quarter, in September 2025, we saw the revenues come in at 961, a 18% revenue beat from its previous quarter of $854 million. As you could tell, in a year, we have almost doubled the revenue coming into SoFi. SoFi has a lot of potential in the future. They recently added the trading of Bitcoin and crypto into their platform. They are the first U.S. national bank to do so. So they're taking huge risk into that. But that basically makes them the leader. And I'm most definitely sure that a lot of banks are going to follow into the SoFi footsteps of introducing that into their platform. Second stock that we're going to talk about today. The second stock is going to be Boeing, trading at $252 per share. I just showed the third stock. It's all right. Boeing is trading at $252 per share. It's had a rough 2-3 years. There was a lot of unfortunate events, and we had seen the sentiments from investors dramatically drop into Boeing. But they have had a great start into 2026. They are up 12% year to date, so they've been doing pretty good for the stock market. They recently announced a huge contract with the U.S. Air Force worth $3 billion. And they are set to release their earnings on Tuesday. So analysts are going to be expecting those numbers or really strong guidance for 2026. And they're set to make a comeback. They do have a huge rating of $300 per share from analysts. Majority of the analysts have it at a buy rating. So they've been able to sell a lot of their jets into the commercial airlines. I think I've seen recently Delta purchase 16, United purchased a few, and also American Airlines have been purchasing these planes from Boeing. The third stock that we're going to talk about today that was supposed to be a surprise, but you might have just seen it on the screen. There's a lot of talk about on Apple. Apple's trading at $248 per share. This is a Mag 7 giant. This is a huge stock. This is worth almost $4 trillion. I don't think they're worth $4 trillion anymore. They were the second biggest company in the market cap category, but they were overthrown by, I believe it's Google. So recently they announced a huge partnership with Google, and that partnership is to power Siri with Google's Gemini AI, which has also been crushing it. There's been benchmark tests from Google's Gemini AI and also OpenAI's ChatGPT, and they are fairly there together. Google's Gemini AI has been taking a lot of market share from OpenAI's ChatGPT, which is huge, and I'm most definitely sure that's why Apple picked Google. And Analysts have been kind of worried about this stock as there has been a lack of innovation in its phones. If you don't remember back in the previous iPhone 16, they kind of sold this phone with the promise of it being a AI powerhouse. This is when AI was booming a year and a half ago. And I personally believe, and I think investors are also seeing that they sold that with a huge hype, but they never fulfilled those that like excitement. And like I mentioned, that was mostly their selling campaign for the iPhone 16, but investors are realizing they've been kind of short. That's why they have been relying on most definitely Google. And there's rumors that we could potentially see Siri powered by Google's Gemini AI as soon as February through a software update. So we have slowly seen investors bringing in back the sentiment into the Apple stock. They're set to release their revenue. They're set to release their earnings on Thursday, and we could potentially see strong numbers and a strong guidance for 2026, which most definitely Apple is going to need, as they have been on an 8-week losing streak. They had shed a lot of money through their market cap, like I mentioned. They were overthrown by Google. They're now the third biggest stock in the market by market cap. They're down 8% year to date. They're almost down $23 per share. The stock was trading near the $300 a few months ago. So Apple, if they do bring in strong revenue guidance, we could see a turnaround point for the stock. So those are the 3 stocks to keep an eye on this week. We are in earnings season. This week we have a fully stacked week of earnings. We have Apple, we have Microsoft, we have GM, we have MasterCard, we have Visa, we have SoFi, ASML. The list goes on. These 3 are catching my attention. And this is most definitely going to be whether these stocks see momentum into the upright position, or they're going to either witness a sell-off if they do report low revenues and low guidance for 2026. But may luck be on their side, and they had a good 3 months from the recent quarters. So that is going to be the video for today. 3 important stocks to watch this week as we are now in the officially earnings seasons. If you like the video, give me a like if you would like, if you want, and a subscribe to keep you updated every day in the stock market. I'm also on TikTok if you guys want to go ahead and follow me there as well. Freddy Investing, we're close to 800 followers. I post there daily 2-3 videos as much as I can. Thank you guys very much for the view. See you guys in the next video.